I've been hiding a truth from my girlfriend for 5 years, and now she's asking about marriage. I've been carrying a secret for 5 years, and it's crushing me from the inside out. I can't tell anyone I know. I can't even admit it to Maya, my girlfriend of 5 years who trusts me completely. So here I am, anonymously on Reddit, pouring it all out to strangers because I have no other outlet. 5 years ago, I met a coworker. Let's call her Elena. She was charismatic, smart, and had this way of making everyone in the office feel like they were the only person in the room. I had been with Maya for about a year at the time. I thought I was happy, really happy. But the moment Elena started paying attention to me, something shifted. It started small: casual lunches, inside jokes, shared interests. I told myself it was harmless. But then, one evening, after a project deadline, Elena and I went out for drinks with a few coworkers. She leaned closer, laughed at things I barely said, and I felt something I hadn't felt in months, or maybe ever. The realization hit me like a freight train. I was considering leaving Maya for her. I know that sounds awful. I felt awful. But at the time, I convinced myself it was worth exploring, at least mentally. I even rehearsed what I would say to Maya, how I would frame it gently. It's not you, it's me. I need to explore other paths. I mapped it out perfectly, in my head, almost like writing a script. But fate, or luck, or whatever, intervened. Alana got a job offer across the country, and my plan never had the chance to happen. I stayed with Maya. Life went on. Elena faded into the background. But I never told Maya. Not then. Not ever. That mental plan, that moment when I almost destroyed the trust we had, stayed locked in my mind. And now, 5 years later, marriage is on the table. Maya has been dropping hints for months. Books on wedding planning casually left on the coffee table, friends joking about engagement photos, and subtle comments about our future. Last night, it became real. We were in bed, and out of nowhere, she asked, "Do you ever think about us getting married?" I froze. My throat tightened. I could hear my own heartbeat pounding in my ears. I mumbled something like, "Of course. I mean, yeah, I do." But the words felt hollow. Inside, I was screaming. I almost left you 5 years ago, and you don't know. It's not just that I thought about leaving her. I planned it. I rehearsed conversations. I considered every detail of breaking up, of moving on. That's not fleeting. That's intent. And now she's asking me about spending the rest of our lives together, and I feel like I'm standing on a foundation built on lies. Over the past 5 years, there have been countless moments when I almost confessed. Last summer, we were at a wedding. Maya's cousin got married, and she said, "Imagine if we were up there in that spotlight. You'd be my partner for life, right?" My chest tightened. I almost blurted out the truth, but I choked on it. Instead, I smiled and nodded, pretending my heart wasn't pounding with guilt. On our 3-year anniversary, she gave me a scrapbook she had made. She included a page with the words, "Through every doubt, every struggle, we chose each other." I wanted to curl up and disappear. That phrase, innocent and sweet, made me feel like a fraud because I had once chosen someone else, at least in my mind. Last Christmas, we were decorating the tree. She leaned against me and whispered, "I want to start thinking about our future seriously, maybe even marriage." I felt sweat prickling my forehead, my stomach twisting. I held her close, whispering reassurances while inside I was calculating the ways I could never tell her this secret. I've tried to rationalize it. Maybe it was a phase. Maybe it's normal for people to have thoughts about leaving a partner. But I planned it. I had a plan. I had intent. And I never shared it. That's different from fleeting doubt. It's betrayal. I've considered writing her a letter. Maybe a carefully worded explanation that I'd never acted on it, that I've been fully committed since then. But even imagining her reading it, her eyes widening, her face falling, makes me break out in a cold sweat. How could she ever look at me the same way again? Would our entire 5 years be tainted by this revelation? Every day, it's like walking a tightrope over a canyon of my own guilt. On weekdays, I go to work, interact with colleagues, and pretend everything is normal. Every time someone compliments my relationship or mentions a happy couple, I feel this invisible weight pressing on my chest. On weekends, we have our routines. Coffee dates, grocery shopping, long walks. I try to be present, to smile genuinely, to laugh at her jokes, but sometimes I catch myself thinking, she would never forgive me if she knew this. When we fight, which isn't often, thankfully, I feel a pang of shame, like I don't deserve to argue over trivial things when the foundation of our relationship is secretly cracked. And now, with marriage conversations becoming more serious, the pressure is unbearable. Every casual question about our future feels like a trap. Every joke about engagement rings is a reminder of the secret I carry. I know I should confess. Maybe that's the right thing to do. But I also know there's no good way to do it. No script would make her feel secure, loved, or safe. I'm terrified of breaking her heart, ruining our life together, or becoming the man she can't trust. Sometimes I imagine a world where I do confess. Her face crumpling in disbelief, tears, anger, and endless "why didn't you tell me" questions. Months or years of therapy or distance to repair the trust, possibly losing her forever. Other times, I imagine never telling her, building our life together, loving her, being the best partner I can be, trying to forget the past, burying it under new memories, anniversaries, vacations, and routines, hoping that the guilt never surfaces in a way that destroys everything. I'm stuck between two impossible options: honesty that could ruin the relationship, or silence that slowly corrodes my conscience. I don't know if I'll ever be able to get married with this secret in my chest. Every time she smiles, talks about the future, or mentions marriage, I feel like a fraud, a liar, and a coward all at once. And yet I love her. I truly, deeply, madly love her. I want a future with her. I want to spend my life with her. But this ghost of my past keeps whispering, "You're not worthy. She deserves the truth." I don't have a solution. I don't even have a question. I just needed to put it somewhere, into the world, somewhere that won't immediately destroy the person I love. Maybe someday I'll find a way to tell her safely. Maybe someday I'll find the courage to lay it all out. For now, I'm just me, a man who almost made the worst mistake of his life, who loves the woman he almost left, and who carries a secret heavier than anything I've ever known.
Comments and updates. Comment 1. You need to tell her. Secrets like this have a way of coming out eventually, and it's better if she hears it from you than someone else. I know. Logically, I know. But the fear is paralyzing. It's not just about her reaction. It's the ripple effect. 5 years of trust, shared memories, milestones. Could one confession undo all of it? I don't know if I can handle that. Comment 2. Honestly, if you've stayed and never acted on it, I think you're a better person than you realize. Some people would have jumped ship immediately. I appreciate that, I really do. But it doesn't erase the fact that I plan to leave. It wasn't just a fleeting thought. I mapped it out. That planning part haunts me more than anything else. Comment 3. You're living a lie, though. It's only going to fester. You owe it to her and yourself to confess before you get engaged. That's the crux of it. I love her more than anything. I don't want to ruin our future. But every day I hide it, I feel smaller, weaker. I'm stuck between protecting her heart and owning my own. Comment 4. Imagine if she found out from someone else years into marriage. That would be catastrophic. You have a window to be honest now. Exactly. And that window feels smaller every day. Marriage discussions are becoming more serious. I can almost feel time slipping through my fingers. But opening that window feels like throwing our life into a storm.